Yeah. You look better and you sound better.
All right.
What's up,
Cool.
Johnny?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm good. Yo, that jacket is pretty fly, man. You gotta be a varsity member to get that, or is that just
Yeah.
something they hand out with?
They give it to all the varsity members, I think, your sophomore year.
You look good in that blue and white, man. I always knew you would. Big
Appreciate
John Harrar. Let's get formally started. Welcome, John. I've been waiting. This is the first time I worked through the whole system, the SID and all of them to track down a guy because I really wanted to do this one, John. Big John.
Yeah, they got it bumping.
Big John is now in his senior season at Penn State out of Strathaven High School, Delaware County. All-Delco performer in both sports. How many years?
Just my senior year.
In football?
Yeah. I only played 2 years with football, junior and senior year.
Oh, so you made All-Delco in both sports your senior year?
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say, John, that coming out of high school, you achieved more notoriety and acclaim as a football player than a basketball player?
Yeah, for sure. I got really lucky to end up where I'm at through Coach Chambers and the connections he had with a couple of my people. Other than that, I would be dressing in black and gold for Army football right now.
So you at Penn State. So on them Saturdays, one time I was there and I asked you if you still had the itch, you actually started sweating, man. You got down in the 3-point stance. Remember you showed me how you would sweep through the guy and all that? Do you still get those urges, Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, I miss football a lot. I don't know. I have some decisions coming up here soon, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Time will tell. I mean, I like hitting people though. I'm still allowed to get away with some stuff on the basketball court, but
in the Big Ten, you're allowed to get away.
Yeah, for sure.
But so wait a minute. I think you just leaked something. So one of the options is putting the pads on for a year in college.
We'll see. I have no clue. We'll see.
You went down that road, man.
Nah, you're trying to get something out of me. We'll see. I'm not sure.
All right,
there's not a better place to play football than this, though. I'll tell you that.
I know.
Yeah.
So you had a real strong basketball career, though, John, and that's why we're here to talk about it. I really wanted to do this just to share with all my viewers what I've been watching for 4 years since you've been out there at Penn State. So since you've been there, you started way more than half of the games of your career. You started every single game this year. You're getting 9-9 in the toughest league in the United States of America. You holding down that paint. How would you describe your Big Ten experience? So if I asked you to describe your 4-year career at Penn State, what's it been like for you, man, on the court?
Yeah, I'll keep it honest. When I first got here, I saw dudes like Mike Watkins, and I'm like, man, I'm about 6'8", a little chunky. Used to playing football, and I'm challenged compared to Mike Watkins. So I definitely had to learn the ropes going up against him. It was a confidence thing my freshman year, trying to get my confidence, knowing that I belong here at Penn State and that I can compete in the Big Ten. And I got to sit out the first couple games. Got maybe 1 or 2 minutes here just to go in and see the pace of the game and stuff. And then Chambers really trusted me my freshman year to close out the season with him as a starter, which was awesome. And then I got to compete. I was still getting banged around these dudes. I mean, all 4 of my years, I think the Big Ten has had the best bigs overall. Isaac Haas was my freshman year. Huge monsters, dude. Now they have that kid, Zach Edey, at Purdue, who's another 7'3" dude.
And the kid Williams is strong as an ox.
I think every team has one of those dudes. I started the season like 230, just to be in the best shape I could be. And now I'm about 255 because you can't play Big Ten basketball at my position weighing 230. You'll get tossed around. And I would say as the year progressed, Mike and I split minutes, and that helped me as well because Mike would come in and pick me up all the time, or maybe I had to come in and pick Mike up. He was a great partner and we ended up winning a lot of games our junior year. And then this year, I know all the media and all the people are saying, we're just an undersized Penn State team, and it's true. But I just tried giving my heart out because when you look at the tangibles, I'm not a 7-footer. I don't have a 6 or 7'2" wingspan. So I just try to play with all my heart I can and go rebound for this team and do what I can do to put us in position to win games.
Well, look, man, you going up against what? Big Malik Johnson at Rutgers, Garza at Iowa, Dickerson and Wagner at Michigan. I mean, the list is endless, man. And you're doing it. I watch you. You try to outrun those guys. You still got a little tight end there. You try to get down there, get early. And once you get down there, you try to hold your position. I mean, it's a constant battle for real estate in the Big Ten. Talk about that. How much weight training, how much emphasis do you have to put on just being able to hold your ground in that league, man?
Yeah, the low man wins. So you have to make sure that you do your work early, especially against a guy like Garza. He's real good at his angles. That's what, when I study his film, he's really good at putting you to sleep and then getting the right angle on you with his hips and doing it. So if you don't do your work early and you fall asleep when you think he's done, or maybe he wants to pop out for three, he's going to duck in right on you. So it's really about doing the early work and knowing that you're going to get posted up for 40 minutes.
Look, you've gotten a chance to play with a lot of your guys from this area. It's probably never really hard to find a ride home on a holiday since you've been at Penn State. But you were overlooked a little bit, I think, as a basketball prospect coming out. How much do you think your time spent with Philly Pride really helped you get exposure to be in a position where you could play? And really, I'll keep saying it. The Big Ten's the best league in America, man. You're a starting center in the best league in America, and you more than hold your own. So when you were an 11th grader and you didn't have these looks, do you think that your time spent with those guys on that circuit really gave you some exposure that you needed to get over the hump?
Yeah, for sure. I like to think of myself. I'm not an idiot. I know I got really lucky in my basketball career. I got extremely lucky with dudes like Kamal, with dudes like Rodney, and they're still calling me to this day. They just want the best for me, and that Philly Pride experience was awesome. They trusted me within the first 2 weeks. I'm gonna say it again because it's the truth. I got extremely lucky with my basketball career, with everyone I met along the way. My high school coach, Spangler, McFadden, with Rodney, with Kamal, with Coach Chambers, with all these dudes here. And I'm grateful for that for sure. They all of those coaches made me into the man I am today. And hopefully they can keep doing that because that's what they love to do, develop young men.
Well, I'm glad you point out that you feel lucky, because I know they feel lucky to have the legendary John Harrar, because I heard you actually got your wig split wide open one time. John required medical intervention.
Oh, yeah.
Required some stitches and insisted on jumping back out there and playing. Now, is all this true or has it been embellished, man?
Yeah, it's very true. Pop, come on. That's what I call him that man. Granddad Kamal took me to the closest hospital in, I think it was Indiana. Took me to the closest hospital. Got me, I think I got staples. I think I want to say I got staples. And Kamal, he comes back to the hotel telling the story like, John just took it. He saw the staple and he just smiled. He's like, Kamal, I love that. I did not do that, but Kamal just hyped me up. Pop Kamal took care of me, took me to the hospital. Man, he's a legend for that one. That's a great story.
Well, look, lastly, then, I know you got to get ready. As you finish your degree up there, I know you got strong grades. Come on. Well, roundabout, what's that GPA? Is it still north of a 3.0, John?
Yeah. So to stay in the business school here, I'm a business management major, and you have to hold a 3.2. So I'm around like a 3.3.
So what advice would you give to young guys? You know, it's a little challenging, more challenging, I would say, than when you came out, with you guys all having the option to stay, you know, still occupying a lot of the scholarships. It's not as much fluidity and a lot as much movement. So young guys having to really try to figure out that book basketball balance, pick a school, you know, are they biting off too much there to chew? You know, I'm sure people probably ask you sure you could play at Penn State and all of that. What advice would you give to people who have to really bear down and make those decisions over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I wish I knew this earlier, and people always told me, but choose your circle carefully. Be intentional with who you choose in your circle. And I just kind of told you my inner circle with all those people that I mentioned, my mentors. But I would say choose your circle carefully, because once you have those people around you, they're gonna take care of you. My high school coach, when I wasn't playing my freshman year, he's like, well, what are you doing to deserve to go play you? He wasn't the dude that was like, man, you should be playing, you should be doing this. You know, he's saying, well, are you deserving this? What are you doing to go deserve those minutes? So, you know, I kept him around. He's a great dude. Chambers, I mean, I talk to him as much as I can, because he's a good dude and it's good for my mindset. So I can compete at this level. I also want to say that I listened to every second of that little podcast thing you did with him. That was amazing. That was amazing. I miss you coming up here, man. I know.
I miss John. I tell people one of the nicest things about visiting Penn State. I don't care if you're on the other side of the gym. When I see John Harrar, he makes his way over to make sure I know exactly how he's doing in that Penn State uniform and on that campus, man. It's been a hell of a ride, John. And I watched you come from a dude from the county, people questioning whether you can get out there on the AAU circuit on the Under Armour. I watched you handle that. I watched people question, well, what's John going to really do at Penn State? Well, shit, he's going to start about 60% of his career games, and he's going to get 9-9 as a senior, banging against the best guys in the country. So how many more regular seasons do you guys have left?
We have 2. Tomorrow is senior night at Minnesota, and then we go to Maryland Sunday. And then the Big Ten tournament
is, where is it?
Is
Indiana?
Tuesday. Indianapolis, yeah.
Your league is such, man. You could beat anybody by 4 or 5, or you could lose to anybody by 4 or 5. I mean, literally anybody. Like all the way 1 through, what is it, 13, 14 teams?
14.
14. I mean, team 13, 14, they can beat, well, maybe not this year, Michigan, boy. But everybody else, I like it, and I look forward to watching those games. How you like your chances in the Big Ten tournament?
I've only been in college basketball for 4 years, but I do know that momentum is huge. And if we can get these games leading up to it, then we create some momentum. Going into last year, we lost that last game to Northwestern, but our practices created so much momentum. We were playing games in our practices. We didn't have the fans there, but our practices were very competitive, and we gained momentum going into that Big Ten tournament, ready to take on whoever. So I think a big step for us right now is to get these 2 games and create that momentum leading into the Big Ten tournament. And then, as you've been around college basketball, anything can happen in March.
Well, man, I really thank you for taking the time to do this. And from one Delaware County boy to another, man, I want to tell you, John, I'm really, really proud of what you've been able to do on that court. And I'm proud of how you know, along with a couple of the other older guys, Dre, how you guys have really kept Penn State competitive in every game pretty much this year through some really trying and adverse times, man. So I have a lot of respect for it, Johnny. And I'm going to call you in a couple days off the record. I got to know if you putting them pads back on, man.
You're killing me, yeah. You're killing me. I appreciate you though. Keep putting smiles on people's faces. That's for sure.
I really look forward to the Big Ten tournament. Close out strong and give Donta and Hawk hell, man. Give them hell.
That's your boys.
Hell,
nah, that's your boys. I'll check in with them. I gotta check in with them, see how they're doing.
Well, thanks a lot, John. I'll send you a link when this is done, man.
Yo, appreciate you, man.
All right.